PlayStation says you're live, but Twitch doesn't.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't get. I'm not getting any notification. Oh god, that's a badass, that's a badass, that's a badass, that's a badass.
I actually forgot about the copyrighted music issue with streaming Borderlands.
No, not Borderlands. It was Kingdom Hearts. That started that push on my channel for some reason. Okay, that one's dead. Now it's just me and the badass. Oh, that was cool. While I'm doing this, you can go to the fucking tutorial. Oh, God. What the fuck is going on with Twitch? Where it stops broadcasting to Twitch, but it will keep, but PlayStation will keep saying that I'm streaming. Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with Twitch? And what's wrong with PlayStation? Like serious questions. If Twitch says I'm not broadcasting, then I clearly shouldn't be broadcasting at all. Well, better go refill my grenades now that I survived that. Somehow.
Humans are the best armed mercs out there. You need something better.
it's over this way. Headstone Mine.
Whether you are killing bad guys or exploring the unknown, you need a trusty help by your side. You got my machines and their scary needles.
Okay. All the big guys will come right towards you, but all the smaller guys just run from you.
I'm really good at this.
Should have come here, now you're gonna pay!
Aw, did that hurt?
That could become useful. It's.
Oh boy.
What?
I'm just apprehensive. Because the last time I tried to play the first one, I did not enjoy it.
Well, when you start with with the others, it kind of ruins it.
Oh, I tried to do one first. I think.
Well, from what you told me, you played 2 first.
2 was the first one I finished, or actually played seriously. I did not get far into the first one.
To be fair, the first one it starts off slow.
The thing that really, because I was playing through Borderlands 1 and 2 with my,
Feel it.
oh.
What?
I might not have the first one. For some reason, I thought the Handsome Collection had 1 and 2 in it.
No, it's called the Handsome Collection, meaning it deals with Handsome Jack.
Handsome Jack. Yeah, I know.
Handsome Jack has nothing to do with the first one.
You can tell I never finished the first one.
Yeah, but Handsome,
Yeah,
the closest
I don't
Handsome
think I
Jack,
have the first one then.
the closest Handsome Jack it has any connection with in this is Angel, and that's it. But he's not even a he's not even a concept in this game. My co-host, ladies and gentlemen, 500 IQ.
Let me double check my library.
If you haven't uninstalled, it would probably be under purchased and in the uninstalled section.
No, but I apparently have the Handsome Collection physically and digitally. I didn't know that. If I had to guess, the digital one was PS Plus probably at one point. If I had to guess, it was probably PS Plus to done by Gearbox to hype up Borderlands 3. So yeah, I have everything but the first one. I was like, well, how did I start the first one? I had it on PS3 is probably what it was then.
Most likely. Ah, shit, I wasn't paying attention.
More loot? Don't mind if I do.
Okay, I'm gonna need to play. I'm gonna need to play this like a stealth mission. Immediately gets out rocket launcher. Just imagine if I did that. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Keep getting better.
Oh. Okay, nobody's manning it anymore.
Also, if it makes you feel any better, Twitch is properly registering the stream again.
What?
The stream is working again.
Yeah, I know it is.
Come on, little one! Time to die!
Oh god. And just a badass.
I'm really good at this.
Would you stop strafing? All that strafing, you think he's playing Halo or some shit. What the? How am I getting stuck on things again? That's the biggest problem with FPS games. Getting stuck on something and not realizing it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
What?
On June 1st at 1 p.m., Behavior's having like their I think this is the second year in a row they've done Into the Rainbow, which is like a LGBT charity thing.
Yeah.
And there'll be a fundraiser during the event on YouTube and Twitch, and 100% of the proceeds are going to charity.
Okay.
That's nice.
Now just let me know when they plan to actually rework Red Forest. As in actually rework it.
I just want Swamp
Mother's
to not
Dwelling.
suck.
Everyone wants that. But we also have to deal with fucking Mother's Dwelling. Like, earlier I had went against the Blight, and, I got Mercy when I parlayed, and, neither of us could find the fucking hatch. And it was on the Gronin storehouse. Neither of us could find the hatch, so it's just like, just kill me. Boom. What the? Oh, one of my favorite game logic things. Have small stick and path. Immediately stop moving.
I will say one thing. While I cannot participate in Borderlands 1 for the
now.
foreseeable future, I do have literally every other Borderlands game.
Yeah,
and
no, this I know. This I know. It's just like, that's not the issue. The issue is you can't join me on my bullshit in this game.
I forget which Vault Hunter, when I played through Couch Co-op with my cousin on 2, which had better...
Wasn't it Maya that you played? Because you kept reviving...
I did Maya until I got Gage.
Okay. I was gonna say, because I remember you saying that you kept having to revive your cousin because he decided to do Suicidal Krieg.
But it's like, if memory serves, I was still able to like synergize with that with one or both builds, because me shooting him was like set off one of his effects or something.
Yeah, because that's one of the perks that he can.
Like his whole thing was about like being set on fire and going insane or something. It was really funny.
What do you mean going insane?
Well, like the melee like crazy man mode.
I was gonna say, what do you mean going insane? Krieg is a psycho.
And if memory serves, we figured out that me shooting him with a fire gun would set it off, rather than just having to set himself on fire with like a grenade or something.
Take him out! Kill him
gives a new meaning to the Burning Man festival.
And if memory serves, if you spec it the right way, Maya can get a perk where shooting your teammates heals them. So I would just
that's in one of her trees. It's very useful, especially when you're trying to keep NPCs alive.
I basically was like, the best part is I was going for that and like SMGs. So he would just run in front of me and I would just spray and pray, and I would either kill stuff or heal him, which was fine.
I have expected that sentence to end with I would either heal him or set him on fire and kill him.
And if memory serves,
come on,
playing co-op with my cousin was the entire reason why I spec'd into the one Maya thing where you can phase lock your partner to revive them. Because I was just like hanging back in the distance. On the flip side, with Gage, I played almost entirely differently. Instead of like SMGs and snipers,
you just keep shooting and praying you hit something.
I had if memory serves, I had a really good Torg shotgun with a lot of pellets. So I would just shoot it randomly and kill like 2 things.
Assuming you hit it. With
Anarchy Gage is really fun. And that's what I did with Gage. Yeah. And that's how we got through Dragon Keep, was with Anarchy Gage.
Meanwhile, she's just screaming, "Player, what are you doing? You're gonna be in trouble if I can hit something."
And it's such a fun concept of your damage increases to ridiculous amounts, but your accuracy decreases. So I'm like, my whole idea was SMGs again and shotguns, because the more potential hits there are, the more likely I'm going to hit something.
No, it's more that shotguns are universally fun.
If memory serves, I went for shotguns with like high pellet count. You know what I mean? So I had more chances for that damage to actually make a fucking difference. And I had the thing where like reloading.
Oh god! Midgets!
I had the thing where it's like I could reload to start spending stacks to heal myself. So I'd have a gun that was like a 1-shot and you throw it like I forget what manufacturer that was. So I'd have one of those. So I was like, oh god, I'm low. Switch to that gun, fire it, toss it at the end of a fight to just heal myself with no healing items around. Don't you fucking dare, Leon. Oh goody.
What did Leon do?
Nothing. RPD with corrupt intervention. Oh, what fucking killer is this? Oh, it's fucking Skull Merchant. Because I'm like, what fucking terror radius is this? I'm like, oh, it's the one I don't know.
Correction, it's the one where you just now automatically lose.
It's on RPD, so we're probably in trouble, yeah.
What do you mean probably? Remember the first time we went against her? We literally couldn't beat her on that map. And we tried.
I think she's below me. Yes, okay. Memory.
How many midget shotguns are there?
It's 5 memory shards, right?
4. I believe that's what the current tome has. It's supposed to be 4. If you collect all 4, you'll be able to see the final glyph thingy.
I see it.
No,
I see it.
No, the final glyph thingy. You'll be able to see regardless of distance. How many shotgun midgets are there?
I wasted a lot of our team's time, but I finished it.
Better to get it out of the way.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because when I finished, I ended up being nearby someone getting hooked. We're at a gen and a half, and she's only got her second down, and that's with me running around the whole fucking time. And now I can actually fucking focus. Remind me to check if this Cheryl has, like, deliverance or will make it or anything. Because this Hattie got hooked and Cheryl booked it immediately.
Possibly also unhooking archive.
Possible. Because, like, she had proof. It would have possibly been better for her to stay with me on the gen. We're at about 2 1/3 gens for 3 hooks.
Check Twitch just to make sure.
You're fine, I have it open on my phone.
Okay, thank you. Like, I don't understand. If Twitch stops showing it, then PlayStation should stop, right? Because that's where I'm streaming to.
Don't let him touch you.
Cheryl's dead. Like, Hattie got hooked once, and then Cheryl got 1, 2, 3. It's rough. That's unfucking fortunate.
Hi, Sledge. P.S. You guys aren't friends.
Good job, Hattie. Be injured and stand right in her way.
Sucker. I'm not getting that because I'm in a corner. Jesus Christ. Why did the fucking psycho have to explode? Took out the rest of my health.
I still got goodies in it. Hattie killed herself on hook. Hi, Leon.
How many gens are done?
Only 2.
Good luck. Like, you'll need that.
Oh, we're hella dead. The Hi, Leon was while he was getting chased. So I couldn't finish breaking my totem because he ran literally right the fuck past me. And of course, she's gonna go for the person who's already been hooked once versus the person who hasn't been hooked at all. Thanks, Dort.
Oh, that's a shame. This laser shotgun is not better than the shotgun I currently have. Which really is a shame because it's a good gun.
I bet you'd
Daddy
like to know
Myers
what it is.
420 is the Skull
The
Merchant.
vault is real.
Great.
What you are holding is the key that opens it. One part of
Cheryl had no unhooking perks. Hattie did, ironically. Oh. You remember that build, that video of Otsuza with the devious build? Do you want to know what Skull Merchant's build was?
Wait. Are you talking about his recent video?
With a knight? This feels similar to that. But Skull Merchant. Eruption, Call of Brine, Deadlock, Corrupt, or Reveal add-on, and the Haste in Drone Radius add-on. So basically, their whole build was centered on kicking gens and stalling the game out.
Because that's what Skull Merchant is good at.
To the nearest land's outpost and surrender any information or artifacts in your possession. Consider this your one and only.
I say this as a race mate. If we take all the trade offer for the player base, survivors no longer get any effects, perk or add-on or anything that boosts vault speed outside of just basic haste, making things faster. On the flip side, aside from the perk Brutal Strength, killers get nothing to make gen kicks go faster.
I think the only thing that does is fire up, but the thing is that
Fired up, that one Skull Merchant add-on I just went against, and like the one Wraith add-on.
The problem with fire up, however, is that it requires you to be losing.
And Fired Up also affects multiple other things, so losing the gen kick bonus wouldn't be the worst.
It wouldn't do anything. You'd be in the same position you would be in as if you didn't have it.
Get your meds here.
I don't know. I feel like on both sides, I think certain actions can go too fast, even after the medkit changes, because medkits were one of the things that I felt went too fast.
It's not just speed, there are other factors. For instance, survivors have a smaller hitbox than killers, so it takes them less time to go around a, say, shack than it does killer. Even if it's only by a few fractions of a second, that's enough. That is all the time that is needed. One thing they still haven't fixed is one-tapping gens, because I think it's funny. I believe Behavior said that the 2.5 regression was meant to discourage the one-tapping. It's just like, why not just remove one-tapping?
It's like, make there be like a like if killers have to commit to kicking a gen, survivors should have to commit to stopping that regression.
Seriously.
Even if it's like like when you first touch a gen that's regressing, a bar has to fill up and it says regression stopped. It's like a little score event for like 10 points or whatever. You know what I mean?
Even that would be miles better than what is currently, because I hate one taps.
So survivors get something out of it. During that bar filling up, a skill check cannot occur.
Well, yeah, I mean, that would be fair.
When they're stopping a regression and they get chased off, they cannot get 10%ed. So survivors could still potentially try to greet it. Whatever. Well, it's 10% because you lose 10. Because failing a skill check loses 10% of the gen.
Oh, it's 10%? Okay, I did not know that.
That's why in some of Watts' videos, when a gen blows up, he goes, that's 10%. Because a gen going boom removes 10%.
Okay.
And it's like, for instance, with Technician, that penalty is worse, but it doesn't make a noise.
I mean, yeah, that's the give and take.
Technician is one of a small handful of survivor perks that have a downside that feels fair.
Yeah.
Because if there was no downside to Technician would actually probably be on some, not all, but some Gen Rush builds.
It would be close to being used for meta. Close. I'm not saying it would be meta.
If Technician did not have a downside, I could see solo queue Gen Rushing being Technician, Overzealous, maybe, Stakeout, and Hyperfocus in a toolbox. Maybe swap out if you're focusing on the toolbox. Maybe swap out Overzealous for Built to Last or Scavenger with the new patch coming.
I feel like they should tweak the numbers on Scavenger. That's like, if you have a Commodious toolbox, which I would say is inarguably the best toolbox.
Like, Odds even point.
Didn't Odds point that out recently?
The thing Ott said in his video is the perk itself isn't the problem. It's that really good toolboxes make it a problem.
Thus, the numbers. It's not necessarily the perk itself, it's the numbers and Behavior not doing fucking anything to the toolboxes!
It's like the numbers of the perk aren't even the problem. It's like the numbers on the toolboxes.
It doesn't mean like the numbers on the tool
people have estimated, and I don't know how well testing went on the PTB, but basically the fact that if you have two people with Commodious toolbox with add-ons for I think more charges or faster repairs, I forget which, and one of them has Prove, and they both have like hyper focus shit. Let's adding in hypotheticals. One of them brings a shroud to start as far from the killer as possible. The other to start with somebody, and they end up together spawning at a gen. It could, in theory, be possible if it's on a big enough map where the gen could pop before you physically can get there. If you're not like Blight or something.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like people estimate with the right scummy setup, you could finish a gen solo in like 30 fucking seconds. Yeah. Which is disgusting.
Another thing Hens had pointed out is one of the perks, the one that gives you
made for this.
Yeah.
With the right setup, he and his friend were like, this cannot make it to live the way it is.
No, it can't, because you should not be able to outrun the fucking killer.
It's like with several of the killers. I don't remember how many killers are 4.4, but all killers
wait,
are
off the
all
top
of
of
them.
my head, I believe all the female killers are 110, and
Except for Nurse.
yeah, except for Nurse, and I believe the ranged killers are as well. So I believe Slinger and Trickster are both 110. I believe.
So it's like the whole 4.4 meters per second. But basically, what this more or less means is, with the right setup, and people are gonna do it.
Oh yeah, people.
Because it's not unlike some of the stupid. Unlike the people harping about
with
Circle of
Blood
Healing.
Rush?
With Blood Rush, or even with Circle of Healing, where if on the PTB, if two boons overlapped, the effects would stack, and you could get a heal in under like 4 seconds or some shit. That was changed, but like if they don't change Made for this,
We have a very big problem.
All this stuff.
because it looked like it wasn't that hard to just. I was like, I believe unless the killer bloodlusts you to hell at every fucking hit,
Which is
and then you just
unlikely.
and the worst part is it's like they did in the video. You just run metal to man and just take hits for each other. Two people could theoretically outrun the killer forever.
Yeah. And I kept seeing people trying to defend this by saying, oh, this requires this and this for a setup, and it's just like, dude, we're not talking about like Otz's endgame build as Trap, where he played twins and got everyone killed through the fucking, endgame collapse timer, which required 1 million pieces to fall into place.
And if memory serves, didn't Otz basically point out that like
Let's see what we've
if
got.
they went to the other gate and like ping ponged, they were gonna get out or something?
Yeah. He even pointed out that the flaw of that build. He pointed it out.
The biggest thing with that situation working in his favor is survivors are prone to just go for the gate that's already opened.
Yeah. That's literally the only reason why he got that, and he pretty much admits it. So it's like they could have just barely got out if they had just focused on opening that other gate. But yeah, from what I've done and seen, some Survivor build setups there are quite a lot that do not require too much to work.
It's like my whole thing is
they tend to work much better in Swifts though.
but like my whole thing with recent balance stuff is they nerfed Call of Brine and Overcharge both because of how well they work together, but Stakeo Hyperfocus is still a thing.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that the only thing they ever truly really nerf is Killer.
It's like, and here, several people even said it, it's like a better, healthier thing would have been to not nerf Call of Brine or Overcharge, leave them both alone, but cap gen regression and progression speed. A gen can gain charges no faster than this and lose them no faster than this.
Yeah, but we
'Cause
know
it would-
why behavior does this shit. They go by popularity numbers. Well, that and for some reason tend to be biased towards survivors. I'm not saying they only ever do things for survivors, because that's not true, but they are very biased towards them.
And it's like, part of what gives people that feeling is some of the strongest stuff for Survivor has
Left
been,
untouched.
or is left as it is for long periods of time, where Eruption was admittedly problematic for a couple months, and they got taken out back and shot.
Yeah.
Instead
of just removing incapacitation, which is all that needed to happen. That was it. Nothing else.
Or how, like, several people, myself included, said, give it a different effect that just makes it so they can't do gens. Let them do totems, heal, whatever. Just make incapacitated, or an effect like incapacitated that's not everything.
Seriously, that's all they had to do was deal with that one thing. You didn't need to tweak. They didn't need to tweak numbers. It was
because if memory serves,
else.
Incapacitated you can't even unhook.
I can't remember that part. I wouldn't be surprised.
Bro, what the fuck is this totem spot? I love having a Trapper and a Leon run past me in the grass because I'm in swamp and they don't see me. Also, I found a totem in the middle of the grass, not at the edge of the map. It was like in the grass at the foot of a fucking hook.
Can we please rework swamp? Please, for the love of fuck. For the love of all that is pure and sacred.
No bloody coil, at least. Okay, no. Throwing. Pain res. Pain res Trapper. That's gonna be interesting.
That's a choice, apparently. I came across 3 Nemis today. And I'm just like, why is there a spike in Nemis? Then I realized, wait, there was also a spike in demos. What the fuck is going on? I'll go this way.
I hate this fucking Meg.
What's she doing?
Trapper kicks this Meg's gen rather than get back on the gen after he leaves, or go get Leon who's on a hook. She lets the other Meg get chased and unhook Leon, and as I finish my gen and go to this Meg's gen that Trapper kicked, which she didn't stop progressing, I see her come out of a fucking locker. So this Meg sat in a locker rather than fucking save Leon or do anything.
Okay, see, shit like this is why I'm convinced that new players go by what they see on 7-year-old videos without ever thinking, hey, this video is 7 years old. That means that it is possibly, very possibly, no
Pain
longer...
res again.
It's like they never think, hey, it's quite possible that this is no longer valid.
Oh, but Meg will save Meg right away.
Survivors of a Meghead flock together.
And they're dressed almost the same too. Hi, Megs. I'm gonna inner healing in this locker. 2, 3, 5, 6.
Shoot them all!
What's the point of vaulting there?
More loot. What did I do?
Well, Leon has proof, so I'm gonna hang out with him, I guess. Boatgen's not done. Like, little Boatgen. So while the Megs get each other killed, I'm gonna do Boatgen with Leon.
Yeah, that Leatherface match I told you about. Two Fangs.
Oh, I get it. I'm like, why? Like, Leon, why are you teabagging and freaking out? I was like, oh, because he's waiting for fucking pain res. Because he got hit with it like at least once.
He's just like, I'm not getting hit twice. Or I'm not getting hit again. But yeah, that Leatherface match, it was two Fangs who were getting each other killed for some reason.
Small brain trapper. He was coming towards the little Boatgen, which is like about half done, 1 gen left. Leon unhooks Meg, who's on death hook. Trapper turns around to go after her. I'm like, bruh, this is a bigger deal for you right now. You're Trapper on Swamp. Final gen should be your priority, not a death hook Meg.
He's probably consigned to defeat.
Leon took over the frickin' main big boat gens. Now two gens have over half progress, and the other Meg came to me on the small boat. Both Megs are injured. Neither had adrenaline. Lol.
I swear, half the survivors you and I get paired up with do not have adrenaline. But whenever I play killer, more than half the survivors have adrenaline. What the fuck?
No, Ed. Deathhook Meg is dead. I'm leaving as soon as this game's
Just
fucking
leave.
open.
Just leave.
I'm checking one thing. No totem in shack.
If there was a totem in Shack, you would have seen it glowing. You would have seen it like the beacons of Gondor.
Now I would be on the far side of where the totem would spawn. So it's like this one Meg's standing there injured and just watches me run past her and leave. Like, it's like I'm not risking dying.
Dying hurts.
It's like you're lucky I risked fucking Blood Warden by opening the gate. Period. All is right with the world. The Megs that died had spine show.
See, shit like this is why I'm convinced.
This is an interesting build. Nurses, pain res, no-ed, grim embrace. Unfortunately for him, he never got me or the other Meg, so grim embrace didn't do anything.
I mean, it is an interesting build. I wouldn't call it weak, but I would say that its major flaw is Grim Embrace's downside of if you don't hook everyone.
Trapper sack. and tension spraying. But the biggest problem with his add-ons is he didn't hardly place any traps.
Or at least none that you saw.
Oh, I saw them getting disarmed, but that happened like less than 3 times, I think.
So he may not have been placing them frequently enough.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, it's swamp.
He should have trapped the hell out of the big boat, because that's where basement was.
Oh yeah.
And maybe one on the little boat, because he had tension springs. So if we got out on our own, it'd rearm in 2 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Tension spring is the one that rearms the trap if a survivor escapes. Whereas iridescent stone rearms all traps.
No, iridescent stone rearms a random trap every couple seconds.
Yeah. Therefore, all traps are affected by it. Unless they are already armed.
I can think of a buff for Grim Embrace, but I don't know if it's too strong.
It shows you the aura of one of the other 3 survivors, who isn't the obsession. In case the obsession is the one who gets hooked last. God, I've done that. I have done that.
The idea being that Grim Embrace shows you the auras of survivors you have not hooked yet. For a very small amount of time.
I don't know how to implement that properly, so it would be fair to an extent. I mean, I'm not against the idea.
The problem is you run into the issue of it stacking with barbecue and lethal to see them for an obscenely long time.
Yeah.
Now, how about this? For every time you hook a survivor for the first time, you receive a token. Upon receiving a token, for 2 seconds, you see a survivor you haven't hooked yet.
No, I can see that working. I can see
So
that working.
so it just picks one of the 3, then one of the 2, and then the last one will always be the last one. And if it's 2 seconds, lethal can only bring it up to 4.
Yeah. Either way, that's fair. Because Grim Embrace, I feel, it's an interesting perk.
The problem with Grim Embrace is it'd be fair slowdown, but I think in all the time we've played since Artist came out, I've seen a killer get value from it once. I think.
Like the only time outside of getting Adept Artist, the only time I used it.
Or if they get value from it, it's like it's like 1, maybe 2 times where it actually made a difference. But as the perk currently stands, if you get value from Grim Embrace, you were probably already going to win.
Maybe.
Because here's the thing. It's either great or it does fuck all. It's the killer version of fucking Deliverance. You know? It's like a mid-match corrupt. But the problem is, if you don't spread pressure soon enough, and then it won't do anything. You know? Because if the last gen gets done before you hook someone for their first time, it's never going to do anything.
Yes, but if you manage to hook everyone before even a single gen gets done, you've done it does absolutely fuck all. It's not really stopping anything that was happening.
It's like at that point, it basically turns into like a mini old corrupt, which is just gen blockage for a set amount of time.
Yeah. Its only value is mid-match. Which I feel is a problem for perks that encourages hooking multiple people. Kind of like what old barbecue did. And then they had to take that away.
It's like I really think barbecue, like, it's like I completely understand the point of why barbecue had that taken from it.
Yeah,
But
but it didn't
I would
get
much-
anything in return. We're gonna live forever.
We're Gonna Live Forever didn't get anything good, but it got something.
I don't know. The endurance from being picked up, it can be good.
But anyways, like, I don't know, make it so like you get a couple seconds of haste after hooking somebody,
It needs something other than.
or like
It needs something
you
other than.
get like the equivalent of like a free stack of fire up for a couple seconds, or like you swing faster, you brake faster, whatever for.
I still say remove Unrelenting and give, or make it do something else, and make Unrelenting's miss cooldown just base kit. Because you almost never fucking see the perk. Like, how many times have either of us really seen it?
Who needs a real doctor when you got my machines in there scary?
Not super duper often, but I'm almost curious, would Unrelenting get a higher pick rate if they gave it its old effect back?
What was its old effect?
It used to affect any hit, not just misses.
I feel like, yeah, we would see it used more again.
I could see it being paired with Stabiffle to be an absolute piece of shit.
Oh, you know, don't put that don't put that image in my head, because that will just ruin demo even more than what Devour Hope demo does.
This is where the cars live. Get you one.
Because out of pure principle, I refuse to play Devour Hope on demo, just because of what both of us have been through. On principle alone, I
Get outta
refuse
here.
to do that. I've never even used Stabiffle on him. I understand it can be good on him, but I just don't want to use it. You know?
Stabiffle at least makes sense, because he has a very consistent alternate way to do damage to
Yeah.
not lose stacks on the obsession.
Yeah. Yeah, so no, I'm not saying I have anything against it. Maybe one day I will run Stabiffle on demo. Maybe. But I refuse to run Devour Hope on him. That is just disgusting.
I will say, amusingly, I saw something on the DBD subreddit that made me, like, smile in giant air quotes. Someone made, like, a thread of, like, your wildest, perk ideas. And in amongst the shitpost ones, like, boon, gun, give survivors a gun. I'm not even kidding, that was one of them.
No, I'm waiting for Hex gun, but it gives specifically demo a gun. It just summons demo onto the field. And it's just a fucking double barrel shotgun. He
It's
just
like
shoots
ones
everyone.
Like that,
it doesn't matter.
Someone's like Uno reverse card, they're like, a chest has an Uno reverse card in it, and survivors picking up the Uno reverse card can sacrifice the killer to immediately end the trial.
So amongst
like,
the shit posting.
There were some really interesting ones, like that one I also saw mentioned as a suggestion for, like, that one perk idea for, like, I think it was I first saw it when people were brainstorming perks for Nicolas Cage. The one where if you're unhooked,
deal with the devil.
Deal with the devil, where you're like unhooked and uninjured, you can get
Trade
broken and give one of your hook states to a teammate.
Yeah. It's like perks based on things from his.
Oh, by the way, apparently in a press release we got confirmation he will not have skins based on his movies.
Oh, I already know. Ots talked about it. And I
Makes
know
sense,
why.
that would be licensing hell. That would be licensing hell.
Yeah, because they have to go through the IP owners, one of which is Marvel.
It's like the only ones I could see them doing are like original movies that like he is heavily involved in. Anything other than that would be licensing hell.
Yeah.
So I can see why they're not doing that.
I was gonna say naming perks based on some of his movies. they could get away with.
Mm-hmm.
They could,
the one
they can get away with that, but outside of that, I don't see any of his movies coming to the game, which is disappointing because he's a great actor.
Kind of like how Deathslinger has an outfit that references Tombstone, but cannot be an overt reference for legal reasons.
Yeah. Like. Wait.
Like,
Tombstone.
The Western.
Oh. Fuck. I forgot that existed. It's been so long.
Slinger has an outfit with like the wide brim, flat black hat kind of thing, like the guys on the poster for the movie.
Isn't his Valentine's Day outfit a reskin of that?
I think so.
But yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
One that was funny was someone did one based on Face Off, where you can temporarily take the appearance of other survivor.
Yeah, no, that I think would be great. Just for shit posting. Not even for actual gameplay. Just to shit post.
It could, in theory, be used to confuse the killer and help mitigate tunneling.
However, on the flip side, it could also confuse the other survivors. Which is why I think people would use it mostly to just be a shitter.
And it wouldn't do anything if all 4 survivors dressed the exact same anyway.
Yeah.
Downloading and analyzing your DNA record.
But
human status confirmed.
I put a couple ideas of my own in that thread. My favorite perk idea I ever thought of for DBD I put in there, because I have to, every time people talk about perk ideas, I have to bring up lockdown until they actually do it. You know what I mean? I just think the perk idea I came up with that I called lockdown is such an interesting idea. I told you about lockdown, right?
Yeah, but I don't remember the details because I am autistic.
It would be absolutely useless on Midwich and
any
the
indoor
game
map.
On Midwich in the game, but on every other map it'd be great. The idea with lockdown is every possible exit gate spawns, but only 2 are legit.
Oh yeah, no, I remember now. I remember this now.
For better or worse, all exit gate related perks affect the fake ones as well. But for every incorrect gate you open, it increases the time to open the real ones. Though, in thinking about it, it'd probably have to increase the time to open them all, because otherwise you open one wrong one and then just gonna tap it, bars not red, move on to the next. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like bars not red, move on. It'd have to increase it for all of them, which would suck, but it would be less exploitable by survivors.
Like that would probably unironically make Wake Up meta.
Like Wake Up and Soul Survivor would affect it, but on the flip side, No Way Out and Remember Me and Dying Light all would as well.
Just imagine somebody's just running that just because they want to try it out, and there's like one motherfucker with both Wake Up and Soul Survivor because they have no idea what they're doing, and they're the only one to get out.
And something I put in the post on the Reddit thread that I don't think I ever mentioned to you before was the idea that the aura reading of Blood Warden would affect the fake exit areas as well. The thing with lockdown is it'd be hilarious and very interesting in the end game, but it would never be a surprise because you'd see like the 80 million gates.
Yeah, unless somebody is new to DVD, in which case it's just like, wait, there are 4 exit gates. Well, that seems unfair. Then they realize
if we count all variations, there's actually probably on a single. Let's take like Haddonfield for example. I think if we count all possible configurations where they all spawn at once, it'd probably be like 10.
Just 10 exit gates. New DVD players. How is this fair? Oh, this is fake. Oh.
And if memory serves, in my write-up for the perk, the killer knows which ones are real.
I mean, that would make sense.
Because that, like, well, then they just camp the real ones. But then if you camp the real ones, the survivors know which ones are real as well.
Yeah.
Because if you only defend one gate out of like 12, that's gonna. Did I hear a lullaby or am I going crazy? I think I'm going crazy.
I was gonna say, could be both.
I'm going crazy because it's fucking Blight.
Well, Blight has a lullaby. It's called...
Tasmanian devil noises. Oh, good, there's no pallet here. Great.
I love that Tasmanian devil noises from the fucking Scott.
Well, he just made a mistake there.
Stupid bug.
I've wasted so much. I'm going to go down, but I've wasted so much of his fucking time, it's unreal. The only way this could be better is if Michaela and Dwight were not on the same fucking gen and he was at risk of losing fucking 3. He has deadlock.
I love how your voice just went from high to low.
Well, I noticed it because there's 2 Dwights and a Michaela. Dwight B and Michaela finish a gen. Dwight A instantly stops working on his.
How to tell the killer has deadlock without anyone else telling you they have that they have deadlock.
Michaela's on another gen. One of the Dwights is being chased. The other is not coming for me. He's instead body blocking for the other Dwight. I'm gonna die because of these fucking Dwights memeing around. Michaela has realized the Dwights are fucking around and not coming for me. Dwight's about to get a fucking free stage 2 at this point. Michaela came from literally the corner of the map faster than this fucking Dwight could get here.
Yeah, that's being some a problem with the DVD community that I have. It's just like, memeing is fine if you're in a Swift. Or if you're when you're playing killer and you just want to fuck around with a build that you know doesn't or shouldn't work. But don't subject. But if you're playing Survivor, don't subject randoms to your bullshit. So it's like those people trying to do that, trying to get that one stupid fucking achievement.
It reminds me of that one thing in Final Fantasy 14 where people were trying to do like Shadowbringers content without their job stone, so they were locked to like level.
That bullshit.
So they were like locked to level 30 skills or less, and I'm like, full disclosure, and a lot of the community agrees with me. If you do that with randoms, you are an asshole, and I'm pretty sure it's reportable for griefing.
Oh yeah. No, that's the thing that I don't get is just like these people. It's just like, yo, you want to do this for a challenge? You do realize you can do this unsynced, right?
Or hell, fine, do it synced, but do it synced in a fucking, not with randoms, do it like a fucking pre-made party.
Yeah. Seriously.
Michaela, you should not be here.
Hi, thanks for keeping that dickbag alive long enough for me to pound on later. Much as it pains me to admit, Luckin knows the area better than anyone. Might want to use him while he's alive for me not having killed him and all.
Commit, Michaela! Commit to the gen! Finish!
Does she have the balls to do it?
She did. Unfortunately, she's gonna get got by Blade probably, because she's probably gonna camp me now.
Oh, that sucks.
Sprint burst away! Go, Michaela, go! Hey, Lamau!
Gets hit from time to time, so make sure your shield is up to par.
Alright, I'm gonna call this stream here.